Hello, lovely viewers. I welcome all of you to another exciting episode of MediShack. And in this video, I have a very simple question to you all. And the question is that, do you all know your blood groups? And what of your genotype? Do you know your genotype as well? Is there any difference between your blood group and then your genotype? Yes, your blood group and then your genotype are two different things altogether. First, let's look at what your blood group is. Basically, we have four types of blood groups. We have blood group A, we have B, we have AB, and we have O. We have A, B, AB, and O. And these blood groups are determined by two main proteins called the A antigen and then the B antigen. So if you have the A antigen attached to your blood cells, then it means that you are blood group A. If you have the B antigen attached to your blood cells, it means that you are blood group B. If you are that one who is greedy to have both the A and then the B, then it means that you are going to be blood group AB. Now, there are some people who do not have any of these antigens. They do not have either the A antigen or the B antigen attached to their blood cells. They are the people with blood group O. Now, so attached to the blood groups, we have this plus and then minus sign attached to them. And this is what we call the resource factor. So the resource factor is also determined by another protein called the D antigen. It is also determined by another protein called the D antigen. If you have the D antigen attached to your red blood cell, it means that you have that plus sign attached to your blood group. But if you are someone who doesn't have the D antigen attached to your red blood cells, it means that you have that minus sign attached to your red blood cells. Now, it means that if someone is A positive, it means that the person is having the A antigen as well as the D antigen. If somebody is B negative, it means that the person is having the A antigen but do not have the D antigen. So this explains why people with blood group AB positive are the universal recipients. This explains why people with blood group AB positive are universal recipient, because they have the A antigen, the B antigen, as well as the D antigen, therefore are friendly to the rest of the blood groups. And also, people with O negative are the universal donors, because for them, they do not have any of the antigens attached to their red blood cells, therefore can enter everywhere. They can be given or they can be donated to any of their blood groups because they don't have either the A antigen, the B antigen, or the D antigen. So they can be donated to any of their blood groups. It is important to know that we call these proteins antigen because they function as identification card to the blood groups. And so, for instance, if you have the A antigen attached to your red blood cells, and for that matter, you are blood group A, what this means is that your system or your immune system recognizes your blood cells as those with what? The A antigen, and so therefore doesn't fight against it. But in a situation where your system is exposed to the B antigen, it means that your system is going to recognize that B antigen as a foreign substance or as a foreign material in the system, and so begin to fight against it. So that is all for your blood group. So we have A antigen, B antigen, and then the D antigen coming to determine whether you will be A positive, B positive, O negative, AB positive, and the rest. Now let's look at your genotype. Your genotype talks about hemoglobin gene. Wait, I'll explain. So hemoglobins are also proteins, but these proteins, they are not found on your red blood cells. They are found inside your red blood cells. And what do? They are responsible for carrying oxygen from the lungs to other parts of the body. So hemoglobins are also proteins, but they are found inside the red blood cells, unlike the other ones that we saw that are found on the red blood cells. Hemoglobins are found inside the red blood cells, and they helped in the transportation of oxygen from the lungs to the other parts of the body. Now, the genes are, let me say, the command centers or the factories where these hemoglobins are produced. Do you understand? So basically, we have three types of hemoglobin. We have hemoglobin A, we have hemoglobin S, and then hemoglobin C. So we have A, S, and C. Okay, now out of these three, the only normal hemoglobin is hemoglobin A. The S and the C are abnormal. Out of these three, the only normal hemoglobin is hemoglobin A. The S and C are abnormal. Now, during fertilization, your mom gives you one hemoglobin gene, your dad also gives you one hemoglobin gene. Now, if you are fortunate to have the A and A gene from your dad and then the A gene from your mom, then you are AA genotype, and so you produce only normal hemoglobin. That's hemoglobin A. If you pick the S gene from your dad and then the S gene from your mom, then you are SS genotype, and so you produce only abnormal hemoglobin. That's hemoglobin S. Now, same way, if you pick the C gene from your dad and then the C gene from your mom, then it means that you are going to be CC genotype, and so you are going to produce only abnormal hemoglobin. That's hemoglobin C. Now, there are people who pick either there are people who pick the A from any of the parents. So you can pick A from the dad or the mom, and pick either S or C from the mom. In that way, you are going to have AS or AC genotype, and so you are going to produce both normal and abnormal hemoglobins. Now, one thing you need to know is that abnormal hemoglobins comes with a lot of consequences. Abnormal hemoglobins comes with a lot of consequences. And then also, your blood group, or knowing your blood group, will help you in times of pregnancy and then blood transfusion. And then in knowing your genotype, if you know your genotype also, it will help you in what? It will help you in situations like marriage. When you want to marry, your genotype will guide you as to who to get married to. One thing you also have to know is that your parents gave you these genes based on the genotypes that they are having. And so therefore, it is very important that you know your genotype before you know who to get married to or who to choose as your partner, so that you don't end up producing, or you don't end up bringing children that will have abnormal hemoglobin. Like I said, abnormal hemoglobins comes with a lot of consequences. This brings us to the end of today's episode. If you find this video interesting and exciting, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow us for more tutorials. Bye bye.